the World Darts Championship is littler, greater than the rest? Welcome to Mark and Pete, two blokes with half an opinion. Now, here's a thought.
Double top heavy. The game of darts has many parts, like hitting 180. The play starts with heavy hearts and bellies that are weighty.
Very.
Yes, indeed. Well, the big hitters are out again, but this time the incredible Luke Littler etched his name into the darting history with a crushing 7-3 victory over Michael van Gerwen to become the youngest ever PDC World Championship winner.
Yeah.
What a great achievement that was. Well, how does this now put him in the overall greats when we look at people like Phil Taylor and many others?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Pete, I ask you, Luke Littler is now a world champion. How
Yes.
much more sort of success are we likely to see from this gentleman?
Well, Mr. Mark, Luke Littler is now Bigler, or,
Yes.
or something like that. Yes, what an incredible achievement at that young age. Got to say, he's someone of great stature in the sport
Definitely.
already. I say that because I thought it'd be good to get a fat joke in early, just to make sure people realise that it's a little bit overweight. And the reason that I have to do that, of course, is because even though I'm brilliant at darts, I'm nowhere near as good as him. So my feeling of inferiority makes that I have to point out that he's fat. And actually, it's made worse by the fact that his name is Littler and he's quite a weighty individual. But in terms of his achievement, it's interesting that he achieved this win at the World Championship only a few days ago against the person, Michael van Gerwen, who you mentioned, who was the previous youngest winner.
Yes.
Who won when he was 24. He's now 35, so it's years ago. But when he first won, he was the youngest winner. 24 is quite young. 17. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, it is when you think that actually the previous year he actually got to the final and lost to Luke Humphries.
Very
Now,
careless.
obviously, that was very careless. And you see, he's motivated because he's got all the way back to the final and won again. Now, what's interesting is that the game of darts has really taken on a new dimension in every possible way, because his masterclass has claimed him the big prize of £500,000. Wow, now that's weighty in itself. So you can see that the game of darts is certainly attracting a massive audience. Not only do people actually turn up to the events, but the actual viewing figures are quite extraordinary. They're just growing and growing. So what you can see is this teenager, who incidentally comes from Warrington in England, folks, for those who did not know his origins. But more importantly, he's actually sort of now inspiring a generation of people to go out and play, go to pubs and clubs.
Yes,
Go out and get a darts game.
It's a brilliant game because you can play it at home.
Yes.
Apparently, he started when he was very young.
Very, very young, yes. In fact, before he could walk.
Yes, there's a picture of him at 2 getting a bullseye.
Yes.
And I was thinking, well, you might get a different sort of eye with most 2-year-olds.
That's
throwing
true.
a dart
Exactly,
around.
yes.
So I'm not necessarily encouraging that, but what I am encouraging is maybe using a safe version of darts with children like that. It's a great game because you can play it in your home, and then you can go and take part with people in the local community, and then it builds up to World Championship level. And one of the main features of the British communities around the country have been pubs being the centre of it. They have always had darts teams. Now the pubs across the country have had problems, mainly I would say because of the pricing of the drinks, which is not their fault. The prices have been pushed up, but also a few years ago, yes, I know we try and forget it, but a few years ago there were lockdowns stopping people going to pubs. They're still recovering from that, or haven't recovered from it. This sort of thing could really launch it. The enthusiasm for darts seems extraordinary.
Yes.
It's like a mix of the Premier League of soccer fame, chants and boisterousness and enthusiasm, mixed with the madness of the Barmy Army, the British fans the English fans who go around supporting the cricket team. It's like a mixture of the two, great enthusiasm. So this 17-year-old then lifts it even more because, as I was alluding to, trying to revitalise pubs and local community meets. It's younger people who haven't been notable by their absence. So people getting together, not necessarily drinking in the pubs, but going to the pubs and community centres, taking part in this because it's a young lad winning it. Then that's great, and the fact that he's managed to achieve this at 17 makes it possible for people, younger than my son, to get on and achieve things on a world stage. So, yes. I mean, what have you done with your life, Mark? Nothing. Well, and now here's someone achieving something at 17. I mean.
Well, we will probably go into to my great achievements on another episode, of course. But here's the thing: one of the things that, of course, is obligatory when, of course, his name is Luke, and so he's known as the Nuke. Yes,
the Nuke,
Luke
brilliant.
The Nuke, which is always good. So you always have to have your sort of pseudonym. So he's already got that in place. So that's great from a branding perspective. But here's the other thing. So I alluded to earlier that although he's only now had one world title, many sort of critics have said that he's got the game, he's got the attitude, and he's got the mentality, and he's clearly got the ambition. Is he likely to challenge Phil Taylor's record of 16 world titles, which in itself was a monumental achievement? Now, of course, Phil Taylor has retired from the game, and he was known as the Power. Again, that was his pseudonym. But the thing here is wouldn't it have been great to have seen something like Phil Taylor in his prime against Luke Littler? I mean, that would have been the Power against the Nuke. I would have loved to have seen that one.
Well, I mean, Phil Taylor, I believe, is only in his 60s now, so
yes,
he could make a comeback.
His moustache could make him a comeback.
Yeah, he's. I think I'm just going to look him up live as we speak and look up his age. He had 16 world titles, you say, and many over 80 titles around the world. Yeah, he's 64 now. So
well, there you go. Yeah. So we call out to Mr. Taylor and say, look, you've got a threat here to your record.
Yeah, yes.
But let me ask you, just going back to Luke Littler, I mean, clearly this is a magnificent achievement. And as we've seen that, through the BBC's recent sports personality, I think he came second.
He won the youth version of it.
He won the youth version and came second overall. But the point being is he's clearly getting notoriety. Now, what advice would you have, with your great sporting prowess? Yes. What would you, from running people into the ground and bending over backwards to do lots of useful work throughout the history of your career? Now, if you were to sort of advise him, what would you say that he needs to do to maintain his success? Because it's quite easy at a young age to go off the rails or off the wire.
Well, I've heard several top players in different sports say this, and this is from as soon as you get to his sort of position, he may already have this in place, but get an agent to deal with, as in a publicity agent, to deal with all that side of it, to protect you from people trying to lure you into supporting all different things. So you don't have to think about that. Someone to manage that side of it.
Yeah.
Now you'll have your coach as well, and that sort of thing. Yeah. Have that in place, but have someone manage the publicity, the branding, whatever it is, and have someone good, professional, maybe a top firm doing it, because you'll have enough money to do that. So don't spend too much, but just have someone in place who can handle that, and some security in place as well because of craze fans. And then you don't need to worry; you can concentrate on the game. And if you can do that, he'll also have time to keep family relationships alive. Maybe he'll settle down and on the social side and get married and that sort of thing. And he can do that as long as he doesn't let the fame take over. So get a good agent.
Well, because he's going
I'm
to
not
be offered
volunteering to be
lots
an
of
agent.
sponsorship deals, and
Well, I
I
tell
can
you.
see that's going to bring in lots more money. So not just winning within the sport,
Yeah,
but winning
yeah.
outside of the sport, personal appearances, etc. Well, look, this podcast has been great. We've got to check out, dare I say, for this episode.
Yes.
So I wonder what our audience thinks about Lute Littler and the game of darts overall.
Yes, as regular listeners will know, we do have catch-ups where we look back and comment on people's comments sent into the show, and so if you want to feature on that, we just love to hear from you anyway. It's part of the reason we do this, to have some of the great comments. So just get in touch with the show. The easiest way, go to markandpete.com and make sure you're subscribed, and you can leave a comment on this and any episode. But that's it from Mark and Pete for this week. Thanks very much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.